Luke Kilkins outside of London Stadium, post-match reaction, West Ham won, Chelsea won. It was a flat game. I didn't think it was that great, to be honest. It wasn't a great performance from either team.
Probably it wasn't as flat as that prime you just bought. But, no, do you know what, mate? I think it's one of them games that just the way it started, another slow start from us. You know, Chelsea, we're lucky VAR was created because we would have been 3-0 down after 16 minutes. But it was. I don't think it was flat. I thought it was a decent game. I enjoyed it.
It weren't the best of games, but it was. You know, like you said, we didn't start the greatest. The linesman was spot on for his decisions. You know, for a change, I think if VAR hadn't have been involved, we would have probably got away with the two that were ruled out. But no, it was one of them games. It seemed to be both sides had a half of a half, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know, but it wasn't the greatest footballing game.
No, I think when you look at their midfield and what they've got in midfield, we spoke about on the preview. You got Fernandes and Joel Felix that come in today. You know, you're going to expect them to have a lot of the ball. You look at the stats after the game; they had 70% possession.
Yeah.
You know, they dominated in
We
periods.
let them do that.
Yeah, but
sometimes,
sometimes though you have to sort of take a step back because the more you're chasing them, you're not going to get the ball.
No, the thing was we wouldn't have had the legs to harry him for the 90 minutes. But the problem is, I think we showed them far too much respect in that opening 20 minutes. You know, Fernandes, if that's 109 million, then Declan's now worth 180 in my opinion, because
It's not just ace anyone that Chelsea sides.
You know, Joel Felix, as I said on the preview when we said on Friday Night Punt, that guy's a player. You can see it. He causes so many problems. You know, the first goal.
You're saying Fernandes is not a good player then?
No, I'm not saying he's not a good player, but I don't think he's worth 109 million from what I see today and from what I heard from their game last week. So, but Joel Felix, he caused us a lot of problems. His movement off the ball.
I think what we did in the first opening 20 minutes, Scott, they was playing that ball over the top. That's how Felix scored, that little diagonal pass. And we struggled to get hold of that in the first 20.
Yeah, that's what they tried to do. They was getting that ball. Whoever was picking it up in midfield, the first thing they was looking was to put it through the centre backs because they knew they was going to make the road. Because we was playing a high line, and that's what was catching us. And as you said, look, the linesman got all his decisions spot on today. So fair play to the linesman because even our one was offside. I know that's what I hate about football. You know, the celebrations, the joy just gets taken away from you. Like it happened to the Chelsea fans twice, happened to us. But yeah, no, it was. It's a good point in the end. I mean, to go away to Newcastle last week and play Chelsea at home, you know, to go 2 games undefeated in them and pick up points.
I'll be honest with you. With their form, I think we needed to be a bit more brave. I think we needed to start the game on the front foot.
I totally agree with what you're saying because you look at that Cucurella, right? He's not the greatest. His form's terrible. He got subbed off at half time, I think, in their last game. You know, and he was there to be got at. As soon as we started to press their back line,
they crumbled. Yeah.
That's where we got a goal from. Yeah. But the one thing I would say today, I mean, we've always been critical of when David Moyes makes his subs too late. I think he made them too early today. I think Antonio coming off was too early. I think he should have had another 10 minutes because I think they come on at about the 65th minute, didn't they? I think another 10 minutes out of Antonio just to chase him down a bit more and then bring Danny Ings on. I think Ben Rama going off as well was a bit of a strange one.
The Ben Rama one I agree with because Ben Rama wasn't in the game. Not so much because he wasn't trying to get involved. It was the fact that we wasn't trying to give him the ball. We were looking to go more long, more direct, more towards Bowen and Antonio. With the subs that I would have done, I would have brought Ings on for Ben Rama and pushed Antonio out wide. Yeah. So you've still got that worry of Antonio's pace and strength, even if it was for another 10 minutes. Bringing on Downs, all right, it sort of solidified the midfield a bit more because they were coming through us. And I thought we ended the game as the better side.
Yeah. You know? And obviously Paqueta going off injured early was frustrating. And Souček come on and look, he won the headers, but on the floor he's terrible. I mean, he knocked the ball out of play a couple of times. You know, he's 5 yards, simple passes, and he's not making them. And like, as I said, he done it in the box. In our box, he's winning the headers. So that's where you can sort of give him a little bit of credit for today.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's there more now because he's aerial threat. I think we've seen now that the Rice-Souček combination doesn't work. No. Souček without Rice there works a lot better because he's got more freedom in his game, and you know. It's now getting the right balance right for different.
Nearly won us the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Bear of him,
yeah.
And
the thing is, as well, mate, I would have been so happy for him if that winner would have stood. But look, Kehrer obviously back in. We all thought he was going to be out today. Aguerd went off near the end, so we're hoping. I'm not that worried because the way he walked
bad.
off, he didn't look too bad, and then he was on the pitch after the game as well. So that's always a good sign.
Paqueta's one, I think, was it sort of head or neck injury because he seemed
Shoulder.
Yeah,
I
he
think
seemed
he's
to
got a
disappear
collarbone.
down the tunnel. So with Aguero, he did go and sit in the dugout. So that is a bonus.
We're hoping next week that we'll see Zuma back in the squad for Tottenham. Another massive game coming up. If we can avoid defeat there, as you said, mate, if we can avoid defeat there and get a point there, it'll be three tough games.
I've got a couple of points though. I thought you got to give credit where credit's due. I thought the fullbacks were brilliant.
Yeah,
Soufal's
coming
and
back to his best. I think Emerson was really good, and you're getting that sort of that settled that settled back line, which is helping. So you're hoping like we ain't out too often.
The form them two are in as well, Soufal and Emerson. It gives like Fabianski,
Great finish as well.
It gives Fabianski confidence to give them the ball. You know, where earlier in the season he wouldn't look for the wing backs, would he? So, but Soufal today down the right, defending was good, getting forward was good. Emerson, as you said, it was a great finish at the back post.
And that's the thing, and this is what I'm saying with Emerson, where a lot of people question the signing. You know, as I said, he's a forward-thinking fullback, wing back, and he gets in that position. So many times we would have seen that ball go across. Creswell wouldn't have been there, because he Creswell likes to hang around on the edge of the box, that type of thing. It's good to see, and that's what we need. If we're going to play with if we're playing with his back five or the wing backs, we need him and Soufal to get in that position as well. When that ball's coming in from the left hand side,
He gets a nosebleed when he goes up the pitch.
Soufal? Yeah, when he got forward, he didn't know what to do. He was just looking for the foul. When everyone was screaming it was a foul, you could see what he was doing. Yeah. Go to ground and try to get a free kick. It was never going to happen.
I thought the ref weren't great.
The referee today
overall, I don't think it was great. He let a lot go for us that he flagged for them, if you get what I mean, and that was disappointing because I said this when we were doing a preview. We needed a good referee in the Palms. After we got robbed at their place of that late equaliser, we needed a good referee, a strong referee. I didn't think we saw that today.
I mean, I'd see the replay of the penalty shout for them with a handball when Kera, I think it was, went to ground. We was very lucky with that. Very, very lucky.
I thought it was an odd appointment for the referee because I thought he's a weak referee. Every game I see him in, he's weak. He's a weak referee. He's a little bit hit and miss when it comes to blowing up for things. He misses blatant things and then blows for other things. And when you think about what happened in the last game, you think less, because there was a lot of talk after that last game with the VAR decision and the refereeing decision, and you'd think the Premier League would turn around and say, let's get him, a nice strong referee, one of our best, but that's just not the way the Premier League works.
Exactly, but as I said, that decision could have gone against us. Maybe that was where a bit of payback for the bad decision we got there. But there was a foul on Kera, that he didn't give. Kera went down a bit easily, but then 5 minutes later, same thing happened up the other end, and he gives it. And it's the inconsistency that creeps in with a lot of referees, is why we criticise them so much.
Yeah, I mean, when Danny Ings come on, I thought he ain't offering a lot up front at the moment, but for someone of his size, he half wins a lot of headers, doesn't he? Yeah. He wins them flick-ons, and this is why I think that Danny Ings can only play as a two up top. On his own, it's too much for him. It's too much.
He was playing as a two, but I thought they brought the wrong player off. I thought Bowen should have cut. I know he set up the goal. It was a good header across to Emerson, but I was saying to him today, it was every time last season he picked up the ball, I thought he's going to do something. He's going to carve his own opportunities. He looks sharp. He looks, and today I thought he looked lethargic. I think he looks slow. I think he looks way behind the pace. And I know he's had a good couple of weeks. But I don't know, he's just not the same player.
I think there was a time when he was up against, I think we broke, and he was up against Cucurella, and he had the opportunity to take him on.
He didn't take the ball with him.
And he chose the wrong decision. Yeah. And that, the Bowen of last season, he would have took him on, he would have beat him, because he had that confidence. He's not got that confidence yet. That's the thing.
Yeah, look, the positives is to say we haven't lost. We haven't lost a game, and we've had two tough games this week: Newcastle away, Chelsea at home. And look, I know they're trying to click at the moment, but they've got a lot of talent in their team. And you look at, as I said, you look at that midfield today. We couldn't get near him at times. But Declan Rice, he was breaking up play. It wasn't his greatest games today, but he wasn't great. But he's still done a lot. He's still done a lot, breaking up the play and trying to drive us forward.
That's why I sort of get the downs coming on to try and nullify the midfield. To try and win that midfield battle. And maybe this is something that we're going to see in the future. With what we were saying about Ings playing more as a two. when Skamaka is back, it then gives you that option to sort of have defensively you're 5-3-2, but then on the attack you're a 3-5-2. And it'd be good to see a Skamaka and Ings link up.
I'd like to have seen Downs coming on as that Souček substitution.
Yeah.
Just give him a go. Let him have a go and see what he can do. But obviously he's played the safe option, getting the height in there, trying to break up play. But yeah, look, it's a good point at the end of the day.
Good point. Very good point.
Yeah, he would have took a point last week.
Yeah, exactly. We sit there and said, I think going into these 3 games, we're going to be looking at 4 points from the 3 games, but it ain't the end of the world if we end up with 3. So it's the Forest game afterwards. Go to Forest 3 games unbeaten. If we pick up a win at Spurs, we do. As long as we don't get beat.
Scott, realistically now, right? I'll ask you both. Where do you think we should be aiming for?
What, to finish?
Yeah.
We should be aiming to finish
obviously
around
as high as we can. Yeah. But what's realistic?
Realistically, is going to be between 12th and 10th. Realistically, that's where we should be aiming. Listen, I would take, as long as we stay up this season, I'll take 15th, 14th. Just to stay up. But as long as we have a good run and take the Conference League seriously and the FA Cup as well, it's not it hasn't been a great season league-wise, but it can be a good season if we end up winning a trophy. So as long as we stay up, because a relegation for this club would finish us off, would kill this football club, because there'll be half-empty stadiums here next season. It'll be worst thing could happen for this football club. So we just need to start picking up their wins, though.
Yeah, of course it is, and that's the problem. It's we were getting beat, we were getting a lot of losses. Now we're picking up draws. Now it's about turning the draws into wins. That's the key thing. But I'm with you. Listen, I'll take 15th and winning the Conference League all day long. Surviving in here, European football again next season, and winning a trophy. Yeah. The Conference League for me is key. To win that tournament would be massive for us.
Listen,
and the FA Cup as well. We need to take that serious as well.
I think the FA Cup, I don't think the big teams take it that seriously anymore. And it's a chance for us. Yeah, we went to there. I know it's a different kettle of fish when you talk about last season to this season, but we did go there last year and beat them at Old Trafford. And
we're playing them in a time that they've got Champions League and the League Cup final coming as well.
Yeah. So that's the thing. They've got to prioritise certain games. So it's an opportunity where we don't want to sit off. We want to go there and give them a go and have a go. And like Leeds did, I know Leeds ended up drawing 2-2, but they had a go in the first half.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to see from us doing there.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we get carved open and beat. You can sit there and say, all right, we had a go and we got beat, but don't go there and try and nullify their threat and then sit as deep as we did at some points today.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, done. All done, mate. Early one.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much for joining us on this edition of West Ham Fan TV's post-match reaction. Go and check out all the fan cams that we just filmed just now, and we'll be building up towards the Tottenham game next week. One thing left to say.
Come on, you Irons.